So we're continuing in our witness series, the second part of Witnessing God's Voice. And today I have the great privilege of having Sandra Scott with us. Thank you, Sandra.
Good to be here.
Now, yesterday I gave you a call because Diane had she'd been thinking about today, and she said, we need to hear a good news story from the lockdown. We've heard lots of stories prior to the lockdown, but because so many of us are struggling these days with the restrictions we're living with, we needed a good news story from the lockdown. And so I gave you a call. You very graciously said that you're willing to be interviewed live with no safety net. But you have a story, a good news story from the lockdown, which also involves witnessing God's voice. What would you share with us, please?
Yeah, well, when the lockdown happened and there was all this about, corona and all the fear and things like that, I wasn't really in a great place with my health or anything else. I had come to the place where I thought, oh, well, I'm not well. I'm just going to settle here, sink into my twilight years and whatever. And I just heard God say, really? And I thought, oh, here we go, a conversation. So, and I have many of these conversations. And I thought, well, Lord, what more? And he says, well, I've set before you life and death. He says, choose life. And I just thought, I'm kind of like a warrior person. I'm quite strong. And I was sort of going out with a whimper. And I thought, and I just felt, no, that's not right. I need to choose life. I need to, but in doing that, it was like I had to make decisions. I had to decide about how I wanted to approach this lockdown period. Do I just sit here, watch Netflix, eat sweeties, and then it was like, or do I do something? Do I get up? Do I mobilize? At that time, fortunately, we had our son living with us. He got trapped with us in the lockdown.
Is that right? Where does he usually live?
Well, he was in between places and flats and had put in for a house, couldn't get one, or didn't get it, the offer thing. And it was like, can I stay with you for a fortnight? And I was, hey, come in.
Right.
So the fortnight, unfortunately for him, has turned out to be a long fortnight.
Yeah.
For us, it's been a blessing because Thomas is the kind of person who'll say, why are you sitting there? He's got that, you need to do something.
Right.
You can't just go to God and expect God to do if you won't do. You have to partner with God in these things. And so things like, I've been addicted really to sugar most all my life.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting 30 years later, with hardly any eyesight left and not able to even walk round a shop. And it was looking like I was going to be in a wheelchair going out shopping.
Right.
And deciding, I just don't want to go out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here. And it was like God coming and saying, there's more, Sandra. There's more in your heart. Are you going to let it get out? I want to go back to Thailand and Cambodia. I want to see my family there. I love them and they mean so much to me. But I don't want to go unhealthy and I want to go with health. And so that was the start of me moving forward. And when I say me, I don't mean me.
Yeah.
Because, I'm old enough to have hit these things often in life and thought, right, need to buckle down, need to do the thing, need to get on with it. And then 2 or 3 months later, the fizz goes out of that, and I end up back in the same old cycle. And I thought, this is maybe my last hurrah.
Right.
I need to get up here. But the only way I could get up was with God's strength, because there comes times in your life when you just know, there's a grace for this.
Yes.
I need to move. I need to make this decision because God says to me, what are you going to choose? He wouldn't ask me that question if he wasn't going to come in, if he wasn't going to give me the strength. I'm not one of these people who are disciplined, and for folk out there that are listening to this, they'll be thinking, what on earth? You know, it's no biggie. You just decide to do a thing and you discipline yourself and do it. Well, I'm a work in progress in that regard. And so for me, I needed God to come and give me the strength, give me the ability to move through and do this.
Yes.
Otherwise, it was just going to be like any other start. It would stop.
Yes.
And it was like, I just felt this is the time. This is the moment. And now, I'm not decrying the horrible time people have had in COVID. And there's no words can describe what people have went through in this. However, I haven't. I've went the opposite way.
Right.
And I've found life in COVID. I've found my health again. I've found a real purpose to keep going. You know, at the end of the day, if during this time I catch COVID and I go home to be with the Lord, it won't be because I was sitting waiting on it. It'll be because I was out there being who I am in Him,
Yes.
being who He meant me to be, and going out. I went a walk at Vogre one day, and I've been walking at Vogre. I'm actually walking. I can walk up to 7 miles now.
Oh my.
Somebody who couldn't walk round a shop. And it was thunder and lightning. It was raining, and it was a storm. And I'm walking through there, and there's just me on my own in the kind of half dark under the trees, and the lightning and the thunder, and I never felt so alive. I was like, yes, you know, this is who I am. This is me, and I want to be me when I go. So
Yes.
the witness to my grandchildren, the witness to my children is not, oh yeah, she just slowly deteriorated and then slinked off. No, I want to go out with a roar. I want to go out with that, you know, welcome home, Lord, I'm coming. You know, it's like, I know this sounds a wee bit weird, and it's all a bit bitty, but I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place where the food I'm eating is good food. I've changed all my diet. My blood sugars have never been so brilliant. Went to the hospital and they said, we don't need to see, the eye doctor, don't need to see you for 9 months. Everything's brilliant, well done. And, you know, and so there's all this, but it's thanks to God's love. And God's love coming through my son that said, get up, Mum.
Yeah.
What are you doing sitting there? Do this, Mum. Do that, Mum. Come on, Mum, I'll take you a walk. Mum, let's get you proper shoes. Mum, let's do this. Mum, let's do that. And any time that I wanted to sit. So God uses the people round about you. He uses the people that He forces to live with you to help you on your way, you know, and get you going. And I'm presuming that there'll come a day when Thomas reaps the benefit of what he's been sowing in my life. And he gets his flat and he gets his whatever, and, you know, the future opens up for him again. Being in the lighting and entertainment business, his world's dead work-wise just now. But he's still working, he's doing something else at the moment. But, so I'm sorry, I'm never supposed to be an interview, and I'm rattling on like 100 miles
Sandra,
an hour.
that's the point of an interview. If I do most of the talking, it's not an interview.
Well,
And don't worry, that time will come when we're done here.
yeah. So for me, it's been that moving. I'd love to say, oh, and it's a done deal, and it'll all be great, and this is me. No, every day I'm up with Joe Wicks doing my seniors exercises.
Excellent.
You know, and it's like every day is a battle. I'm not going to date the day. Oh, I'll not bother the day. I'm fine the day. And I've got this to do and that to do. And then I think, right, Joe, let's get you on.
Aye.
You know, because that's the discipline that God's putting in me. He's putting that discipline. And I've been a person who's listened to doctors and, well, you must do this and you must do that and you must do the other. And I've tried to do this, that, and the other. And, you know, sugar is a great friend, a great chum. It's lovely, but it's a terrible master. Mm-hmm. And it's stolen 30 years of my life. It's stolen most of my eyesight. Mm-hmm. It's stolen other things. It's stealing no more. Mm-hmm. And it's that, when you see that, you think, no to you. No to you anymore. No to you ruling me. I have a better ruler. I have a better king. I have a better master than you. And it's to him, you know, that so, and some people might think, what a weird thing to say, but it's not. Yes. And there's other people, maybe it's not something like that that's come alongside you in your life and said, oh, let's be chums, let's be friends. You and I can get on fine. But there comes a time when that chum and that friend is no longer a chum and a friend, but somebody that masters you and tries to drive you. And God said, Sandra, what are you going to choose? What are you going to keep choosing every day? Are you going to choose death? Or are you going to choose life? And every day I get up and I say, Lord, I choose life.
Oh, amen.
And every day I don't manage to make it, and every day I still choose life. Some days I choose it walking slow, some days I'm running, some days I'm crawling, but I'm still choosing life. I'm enjoying life to the full. I've made a garden again, and I didn't think I'd be able to make a garden again, but I've made a garden, and it's beautiful. And every day as I'm doing my Joe Wicks exercises, I'm looking at my bedroom window, looking at my garden, enjoying it, because again I'm realizing I love life. I love being alive. I love being with people. I love seeing my grandchildren, seeing my children, and so why would I not choose life?
Yes.
So, with God's strength, every day I get up, same battle, and I choose life.
Fantastic.
I don't know if that battle if that war will ever be won here on this earth. I don't know that. And in some ways, I'm not really bothered. I would love God to come along with oh, well done, Sandra. You won't need to fight that battle anymore. I'm taking it all away for you, and you're totally healed. On you go. But the battle's not with the health. The battle's with how you choose to live.
Yes.
And how you live, and who is your master. Who is that person, for me, God, that loves you so much, and he would fill you up with love that you can go and love other people. And I want to love. I love. What's wrong with love?
God is love.
Yes. Sometimes it's tough love.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that. But I still want his love. So,
Sandra, thank you so much.
You're
It's
so
been a
welcome.
privilege to listen to you. And I'm sure there's many people who are hearing that and are being challenged and encouraged in equal measure.
Good.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
No, you're
Thank
welcome.
You. Thank you.